And guys, have you heard this name yet? Rodney Reed. He's a black man that has spent 21 years on death row in a Texas prison for a murder he says he did not commit. And in just 8 days, he's scheduled to be executed unless Texas Governor Greg Abbott listens to the growing chorus of people asking to stop it. And our Marcus Moore is on the ground in Dallas with the latest. Marcus, you know, it is very scary to think that a man could be killed in 8 days if he's actually innocent. Can you just remind us of what this case is all about?
Well, Kimberly, good to be with you this morning. First of all, this is a case that's been getting so much attention. Rodney Reed, a 51-year-old man on death row right now here in Texas, convicted for the murder of a 19-year-old girl, Stacey Stites. This happened in Bastrop, Texas, which is a town about 45 minutes east of the Texas capital of Austin. She was found in April of 1996, brutally murdered along the side of the road. Prosecutors and authorities said that she had been strangled, and early on there were two prime suspects in this case. Stites' fiance at the time, Jimmy Fennell, and then Rodney Reed, who is someone she was having a secret relationship with, an affair with. And Reed is the one who ended up being convicted of the murder. And if you go online right now, Kimberly, all you have to do is type in Rodney Reed and you get a plethora of pictures and articles about this story that, as you said, has been gaining in momentum in terms of attention, and the calls for Reed for his execution to either be stayed or for him to get a reprieve. And we're talking about people, celebrities, and also lawmakers on both sides of the aisle that have been calling for the governor to issue an order for there to be another look at this case.
Yeah, you're right. An outpouring of bipartisan support from Beyonce all the way to Ted Cruz. But if they're unsure, why can't they just stop and do a new trial until they're certain? I mean, this is a man's life.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot at stake here, Kimberly, and it will just have to go through the process. I mean, it's up to the governor to decide whether or not this execution will move forward. And certainly attorneys on both sides of this have their views. And one of the key points that Reed's attorneys are making is that they have new witness testimony that not only questions the motives behind this. People saying that Fennell actually confessed to killing his fiancée, they're saying, and that this was all related to are rooted in that affair. And that race, Kimberly, is a major factor here. We're talking about Reed, who was a black man who was convicted of killing a young white woman and was convicted by an all-white jury. And that's those are some of the key details that critics on his side are bringing up, and saying that key evidence at the crime scene was not tested for DNA that would link Reed to that actual crime scene and to the murder itself. The only evidence, DNA evidence that was used, and it was used to convict Reed, was his semen that was found with the young lady who was killed, Ms. Stites. And they are saying that if other evidence had been tested, it would prove that that Mr. Reed was not at the crime scene, and also that prosecutors have convicted the wrong man of this crime. And Kimberly, I've got to tell you, you're talking about the publicity that this has gotten and the attention, the calls from celebrities. I grew up here in Texas. I covered I don't know if you recall, the Gary Graham execution back in 2000. That was another case that the entire country was watching, and there were massive protests, people trying to stop that execution because they said an innocent man was on death row. And here we are again, 20 years later with this case, and we still don't know what the governor rather, will decide. And certainly we've seen a protest over the weekend in Austin, and there's another one, Kimberly, scheduled at the state capitol where people are expected to continue to implore the governor to stop this execution that's set for November 20th.
Yeah, it's an urgent situation, 8 days. So, Marcus, we appreciate the updates and breaking it down for us. Good to see you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.